Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. We are going to bombard some very factual, objective matters that actually is bothering me for quite some time. And why I'm saying so is simply because we cannot keep on losing black women in the hands of black men in West Africa, in a small, minute country called Gambia. This actually is, fascinating, and it's a mind-blowing fantasy that actually, once you hear about it, what comes into your mind? Who are these people exactly that are dying in Gambia? To be clear and to be, precise, we are talking about the Black Americans, the women in America who are departing to the country, and this is my that video I'm doing in regard to this matter. The reason why it is happening at a rampant stage and pace is simply because of inability to be competent enough to navigate. And having that mentality, you are living in free world in Africa, it's not possible. And what you should remember is you're coming from the West, and the people you're coming to find here, some of them have never seen dollar. They have never seen good life. And then you have seen it all. You have experienced. You have dated from Los Angeles to New York. Every party, every dickhead, Tom and Jerry knows you. When you come here, you think you're gonna be the same, and because you don't want to lose, you want to dominate. Because you have introduced what this guy is looking for so many years, which is money in dollars, and fascination that he's going to go to America sometimes in the future, and he knows the way to go to America is through a woman, because migration in America values family ties very much. What you're forgetting is when you introduce first world to a second one, or to a developing, evolving economy, what you have gone through that side, you pour it once here. You make somebody think I have a shortcut, which is to have a conspiracy against you, which is the shortest route possible to eliminate you. African men, they don't want to be dominated. And African men, you are the one who is going to them. And these African men, they believe in one thing: man should lead the house. And according to African custom, a man is a leader. So you will not come to the West because you come with money and you think you will dominate a man because you're putting food on the table for him to eat, because he's completely depleted by the poverty. That one is a very wrong mentality. And most of these African men you are coming to get engaged with, they have family ties. Some of them, if you find a boy who is 25 and above, that guy already is a father somewhere. So you cannot cut ties of his past immediately simply because you want to take over and you have found something you can sit on. Guys, reparting to Africa needs systematic planning, not just abrupt. You need to know the cultures and the people around before you even start dating, because some of these people, they are so naive and they're so heartbroken, and they need time to heal in order for them to start something that will give them respect. And African men, they cannot expect respect from the West. Western women, they cannot respect African men because they think they're coming with too much on the table, and the black man in Africa is offering nothing apart from his. That is it. And I know that very well. And most of these women who are coming from the West, they're coming from broken families, and they're coming from an environment that is toxic. They eventually prefer to think like, I will go to Africa and dominate and I will grow, or it will blossom for me. They are forgetting also in Africa we have our own traumas. Some of those men you are meeting, they had families. And those men sometimes, they also have personal issues. To measure the deep part of the love in somebody's heart is very difficult, and sometimes even physical behavior doesn't necessarily guarantee you certification that this guy actually got what I'm looking for. It takes time, and that is what you're forgetting about. Immediately you land here, you start dating me as an African man, what comes to my mind is green card. Automatically, what comes into my mind is holidays. Automatically, what comes to my mind is party after party. Automatically, what comes to my mind is wearing labels. Automatically, because that is what you're gonna bring to me. Because I always see it on the TV sometimes and I want transition. Especially in East African countries, men are brainwashed. They dress like modern men in America. But in West Africa, people are still wearing traditional clothes and people are still dressing in a traditional manner. And that is where most of you are going. To those men who are still tradition, it's very difficult to make a husband if you don't want to bow down to his protocol and his custom and shun westernization. Because you will not come and date an African man and then on Saturday you tell him you're going to the girls' party. That will not happen. You are going to the girls' party as who? The community is asking the same question. So you want to go to the girls' party, you come back drunk, smoking, and all that stuff, dressed, indecently, and then you come to me, my yard, and African men, they live with their parents and their fathers and their great fathers and their fathers' brothers. They live together. You want to come to that yard with that behavior after sleeping in a party? Do you think the community itself will agree on that? The uncles and the brothers will ask, hey, my son, who is this that you bring here? How does she behave? Do you know we have a culture? There's a way we live. Women are supposed to live in a certain way. That is why those dates will not work. You eventually try now to take the man out of the family yard or the family setup to go and put him somewhere so that you can be able to manipulate him. That is actually what is happening, and I'm against its existence because it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. You have to choose two paths when you want to live in Africa. Either you will come, you will remain single and work with the corporation or establish entities that are registered. In case of anything, you can trace them. They help you settle down. But relationships or trying to craft a way to get into the society with that Western behavior, here you will be in big problem. Very big problem. The only place where I know you can go and live like that is South Africa. Because South Africa and America has the same European standards and the same westernization. But any other part of Africa, it is intact to traditions of African people. It's either you behave and live like them, and this particularly is for black Americans, and particularly black American women, the aged 30 to 50, they are the ones who are coming to Africa. Have a good day, guys. Enjoy, like and share.